Emma Charlotte Duer Watson was born in Paris in 1990 to English lawyers. She moved to England as a child, her upbringing cloaked in a veneer of privilege and discipline. She excelled in academics, ballet, and performing arts. But the world would not notice those quiet achievements. It would notice her when she became Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter series, a role that transformed her from a talented child actor into a global symbol. From that moment, Watson's face was everywhere. The girl who casts spells on screen cast a different kind of spell off it. The spell of influence, of authority, of moral clarity projected by celebrity. By her early 20s, Watson had achieved what most adults spend a lifetime chasing: fame, respect, and a platform to speak. She was invited to the United Nations, she was named one of the most influential people in the world, and she became the face of the He-for-She campaign. To the casual observer, here was a young woman, principled, articulate, fearless, standing up to a patriarchal world with poise and gravitas. She was a Spartan warrior of the modern age, fighting injustice, armed with speech and camera flashes. But appearances are not reality. Watson's rise to activist status was curated by PR machines, institutional networks, and global media organizations. Her fame provided access, yes, but it also created a halo of perceived wisdom. The world mistook celebrity for authority, image for substance. She delivered speeches with conviction, but the substance often followed the script of organizations that already dictated policy and strategy. Her independence was limited, her courage symbolic. Her influence was mediated, not self-wrought. The He-for-She campaign was clever. It reframed feminism for a global audience, invited men into the conversation, and sought headlines. Watson became its human symbol. She gave it warmth, credibility, and youth. But for all its rhetoric, the campaign relied on the existing structure of the UN and global NGOs to dictate outcomes. It was not a battle fought in trenches. It was a stage managed with photogenic precision. Watson was celebrated as fearless. She was careful, rehearsed, and guided. Courage, yes, but curated courage. Spartan, hardly. Critics pointed out the performative nature of celebrity activism. She spoke about pay equity at the UN, yet Hollywood, her industry, remains one of the least equitable workplaces in the world. Her own films, her own career, were products of a system she critiqued, a contradiction largely ignored by fans and media alike. When the cameras were off, the machinery that maintained her influence continued in the background, deciding who saw her, how, and why. Her public image was carefully crafted, her moral authority largely borrowed from circumstance and visibility. Watson's activism was also selective. She focused on visible, palatable issues, shunning messy or unpopular battles where real systemic change could be messy and slow. Complex labor rights, intersectional struggles, and structural reforms rarely made it into her speeches. Instead, she addressed the media-friendly angles, gender equality framed as a story with a face, a hero, a recognizable symbol. She became the vehicle for ideas rather than the originator of them. Her platform was vast, but it was shaped more by optics than by uncompromising principle. The public, dazzled by youth and eloquence, misread the signals. They saw courage and conviction. They did not see the reliance on the invisible scaffolding of influence. They saw independence. They did not see guided activism. They saw a moral voice. They did not see the careful calculus behind every public statement. To the world, Emma Watson was a modern Spartan, disciplined, principled, fearless. To those who look closer, she was a paper Spartan, elevated by perception and machinery rather than raw, unmediated courage, and the world rewarded her. Awards, speaking engagements, magazine covers, vanity and virtue intertwined. The illusion was complete. Her image became larger than the issues she championed. Her persona became more influential than the campaigns she fronted. A global symbol? Yes. A figure of substantive change? That required independence, risk, confrontation, and sacrifice. The Spartan qualities she was projected to have, but rarely exercised fully. Yet even within this carefully managed sphere, cracks appeared. Selective speeches, guided interviews, and the occasional misalignment with grassroots activists highlighted the tension between perception and reality. She could rally attention, but she could not, on her own, change the systems she criticized. Symbolic victories were real only in media coverage. Structural change remained elsewhere, happening behind closed doors, largely without her. Emma Watson, then, is a textbook false prophet and paper Spartan. She was flattered to be seen as a leader, elevated to the top of moral discourse, largely because of fame, charm, and optics. She was projected as a model of clarity, courage, and resilience. But those qualities were mediated, curated, and often symbolic. She influenced millions, yes, but she did not bear the Spartan burden of solitary courage, nor did she confront entrenched power in ways that risked personal ruin. The world mistook light for fire, the persona for the principle, the image for the impact. And that is why she belongs in this catalog of false prophets. Not because she lacks intent or conscience, but because the myth of Emma Watson, the fearless, principled activist, overshadows the reality. A young woman elevated by circumstance, machinery, and media into a role she could not fully embody on her own. The lesson is simple. Visibility does not equal virtue. Influence does not equal independence. And the projection of courage is not the same as the exercise of it. Order the Spartan Mindset today and embark on your journey toward becoming the leader your world needs. Let your struggles forge you into a warrior of character and resolve. The Spartan Mindset provides a comprehensive and actionable guide to personal development and resilience. Available now for just $19.99. Purchase your copy from the links in the description box below and on this channel's homepage. Because your future begins with the right mindset. The Spartan Mindset.